How? How are we celebrating Juneteenth this year?
I didn't know, maybe you.
B-Dot here, and yes, I'm in the Golden Triangle, still observing some of this beautiful African-American architecture, right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Today's episode of I Didn't Know, maybe you didn't either, I had to sit it down it, because I have a question for you. What are gonna be our traditions, y'all, for Juneteenth? How are we celebrating Juneteenth this year? Now, I know some of you have no clue what Juneteenth is. I mean, they just started recognizing it federally last year. January 1863, good old Abe Lincoln signed that Emancipation Proclamation. That guaranteed that black folks was no longer slaves. We was free. Now, it took 2.5 years for the memo to get to Texas, because we had no cell phones and there was no email. And there were no carriers. There was no flight mail service. There was nothing but God and free labor. So they just had to wait, and wait they did, for 2.5 years until June 19th, 1865. And that's when the black folk of Texas were told, hey, you're no longer slaves. You no longer have to work for the white man. And they celebrated. They had parades. They had festivals. They ate so good. So I ask you, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna have parades? I know we're gonna support black business. Every episode of I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either, I wore a black designer. I'm challenging you to tell me, what are we doing for Juneteenth? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. I'm gonna read through all of them. How we celebrate. I'm gonna be festive as hell this year. I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either.
I didn't know.